Sorry guys, don't want to scare you. Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. So I've been following a training program devised by ChatGPT for a little over 6 weeks now, and I thought in this video I would go over all of the things that ChatGPT didn't tell me to do, but that I think all runners should be doing and that I was doing anyway after having learned the hard way through my running career about getting injured and picking up problems with my running. The first one that I do is I always start with a 5-minute brisk walk to warm up. This has really made such an enormous difference in terms of me getting injured and also just in terms of how quickly my muscles get stiff and fatigued when I start running. And then what kind of goes along with that is cooling down after I finish my workout. I don't do this every single time I do a workout, but I do try. Does anyone know how to stop glasses fogging up when it's really cold and I'm really sweaty? Maybe you can't see because the sun is behind my head. Anyway, my glasses are super fogged up right now. But what I do after every single workout is I do stretch, regardless of whether I've done the cool down walk or not. I always go and stretch after my workouts, and that has also made an absolutely massive difference in terms of injury prevention for me and also muscle recovery, especially if you're trying to do workouts every single day, one after the other. I was just completing a trail run in the nature reserve today, and look, I found my spirit animal. He moves slightly faster than what I do. Then another thing that I'm kind of surprised ChatGPT didn't mention, because it did mention all sorts of things like the South African climate in winter, but what it did not mention anywhere in any of its suggestions for this training plan was safety. And particularly in South Africa, I think that's quite a big deal, because not only do you need to think about safety in terms of getting injured out on the trail, but also in terms of encountering people who are up to no good on the trail. So I always have some electronics with me that have panic buttons set up where I can just push a single button and that will send a SOS to various contacts that I have designated. And I also do carry pepper spray with me, particularly if I'm completely on my own and particularly if I'm going on a longer run, then I always have some pepper spray with me. I have set up my Garmin so that it shares a live track with my husband and with some other contacts, and that way if something does happen to me, at least they do have an idea of where I was running and what I was doing. And I do also tell somebody, usually my husband, exactly where I'm going and the route that I'm planning to take. And then the last thing that I do that ChatGPT did not suggest to me is I do not follow the training plan as if it is gospel. So this week again is going to be pretty difficult for me to fit in my long run. I've already moved it to Thursday because I have a course over the weekend, so I definitely can't do it there. But I've just realized that I also have a meeting in addition to my regular work on Thursday, so it's going to be impossible for me to fit in 22 kilometers. So instead what I've done is today was meant to be an 8 to 10 kilometer run. So I did an 8.3 kilometer run with 85 meters of ascent, but then I also did a 5.3 kilometer walk with 107 meters of ascent. And I'm going to subtract that 5.3 kilometers from this 22 kilometers. So I only really have to do like 17 kilometers now. And I think on the Friday, I am also going to try and do a little bit extra so that this long run, which is now moving to the Thursday, ends up being a little bit shorter and more manageable for me. If you have your own tips for how to become a better runner, or if you have some ideas about using AI, then please leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, then you can click on my channel name to see other videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.